final segment today of the Yaffee program, but don't forget a great lineup throughout the day. Got the Vince Show coming after this. Right Side Radio, that's on till 5. Mark Levin after that. Then the Daily Controversy, yes, with Christopher Reed, 8 to 10 p.m. Monday to Friday. Chris is here right now. Chris, any stories maybe we missed today?
Yeah, I think the big one is the Minnesota fraud, because that was all in the news. It was getting around the clock news until the leftist domestic terrorists tried to kill the ICE agent. So I think we shouldn't really miss that. We had 4 people that came and testified on Capitol Hill under oath saying that not only Tim Walz know about this, that he benefited from this politically, the $9 billion going to Somali immigrants. It was also came out that 85% of Somali Americans, we're talking citizens here, are on some form of welfare. That's what J.D. Vance said last night. There are investigations going on to Somali fraud in Ohio, Washington State, Maine, and in every one of those locations, the people in the Somali community with any sort of pull are saying, look, if you guys don't defend us, we're not going to show up and vote for the Democrats. I mean, they are being as transactional and tribal as you could ever imagine. And it's, again, this shooting is taken away from that coverage. Now, shootings, sadly, the death of this lady. But we need to really focus on this, because the Democrats are trying to talk about this because they don't want to talk about how they've let tens of billions of dollars be fraudulently taken. And it isn't just the Somali population. Fraud is extensive throughout the United States. We have to do something. Elon Musk estimates it's somewhere around 10% of our budget, which is around $700 billion. I would be shocked if it was not even higher than that. So that needs to be the rallying cry, because people, look, they're talking about affordability, but the reason things are unaffordable to people is because we have so much waste in the system. For every 10% increase in SNAP benefits, that's a 2% increase in grocery cost. Biden increased SNAP by 100%, meaning that's around a 15 to 20% increase in grocery bills. And that's why things are so unaffordable. Plus, if people didn't have to give so much of their money in taxes, so the Somalians could live lavish lives of luxury or send it back to terrorist groups, they'd be able to spend a little bit more on rent and food and things for their kids. So I think we can't lose sight of this. This is actually the biggest story. And I think Democrats hope to use this lady's death as a means to which they don't have accountability, and we can't let them do that. But what are your thoughts?
So what do you think happens with Tim Walz? So he's already said he's not running for governor again. He blamed, the looking into the fraud. Now he says, it's a witch hunt, and he said it's just a distraction. But do you think it's possible that Tim Walz knew about this? And if he did, is he going to go to jail? Or is it just that he kind of looked the other way? He wasn't a participant in any of this, but maybe he just looked the other way. It was incompetence. Or do you think there's a good chance maybe he goes to jail over this?
I mean, I think he morally is definitely responsible. Whether or not he's criminally responsible, they can look into it. But I mean, if it's true that hundreds of people approached him or wrote him letters or asked the people under him, told him there was massive fraud, and they were told time and time and time again that no, don't investigate, don't do anything. At some point, it goes beyond gross negligence or malfeasance, and it becomes conspiracy to commit the crime. Now, that's going to be up for a court to determine, but there's no doubt in my mind that he knew this was happening. He wanted it to happen. He knew it would help the Democrats politically, and he thought, like, heck, if they're stealing from the federal government, they're spending most of the money in the local economy, so everybody wins. And, so I think that him and Keith Ellison, Ellison is the AG. He got caught on like a month before people were arrested for the Feeding the Future fraud, saying, I'm going to do everything we can to get these investigators to back off. And, and then they supported his campaign to like $20,000. And then a month later, the people he was in a meeting with were all arrested and later convicted of fraud of $250 million. So, yeah, there's a lot here. And I think a competent prosecutor could find these people accountable. And the Democrats, in their minds, might say, well, sometimes they're willing to let a small fish go if it helps the Democrat Party in bigger elections. So, yeah, I could see Tim Walz going to jail if they can prove this. And I could see the Democrat Party pinning all the blame on him so that they don't have to answer for what they've been doing themselves for the last 10 years in that state.
Use him as the scapegoat. That's interesting.
Yeah, he definitely knew what was going on, but yeah, they'd rather give him to the wolves than lose the state to Republicans.
What about Ilhan Omar?
I think we need to do it. She just has to leave this. I mean, I don't know what we're gonna do. She probably was. She needs to go. I know that's true.
Yeah.
That's how it should be, for sure.
Okay. All right, Christopher Reed, host of the Daily Controversy. You can hear more of his stuff tonight, 8 to 10 p.m. on WVNN. Appreciate it, Chris. Appreciate all of you for listening. Check out the podcast if you missed the show live, and I'll be back tomorrow, same time. See you then.
It's the Yaffee Program on WVNN.
Nobody does selling better than Shopify. Shopify is the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret, with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts go abandoned and way more sales going through. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. On the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period for 3 months at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
Most people don't realize how much of their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions pulling details about you from public records and the internet, then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance, all backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it together at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/secure. Protect yourself now at aura.com/secure.
American Skyjacker tells the story of D.B. Cooper copycat Martin McNally, who hijacked a plane and jumped out with $500,000. But that's just the start of this epic true crime saga. Now, American Skyjacker is an action-packed documentary available on all major platforms. Go to AmericanSkyjacker.com to subscribe to the podcast and watch the film, and look out for a new bonus episode of the podcast coming soon. American Skyjacker. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Hey, I'm Chris Van Vliet, host of the #1 podcast, Insight with Chris Van Vliet. On the show, I sit down with the biggest names in pro wrestling, sports, film, and beyond. These are real, long-form conversations that go behind the scenes and beyond the headlines with people like John Cena, The Undertaker, Cody Rhodes, and more. We talk mindset, motivation, and what it takes to succeed. This is Insight with Chris Van Vliet. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.